In this video, I'll show you how to transfer ownership of a folder or document in Google Drive. Before we start, there's one important thing to know. In Google Drive, transferring ownership of a document is straightforward, but transferring ownership of a folder has a limitation. Google says that when you transfer ownership of a folder, the files inside that folder keep their original owner. So if you want someone else to fully own both the folder and the documents inside it, you usually need to transfer the folder and then transfer the files separately. Google also says you can only transfer ownership to someone the item is already shared with. First, open Google Drive on your computer. Find the document or folder you want to transfer, then right-click it and choose Share. In the sharing window, add the person if they are not already there. After that, click the drop-down next to their name. Google's help says that for files and folders you own, you can choose Transfer ownership from that menu. If you are transferring a document, like a Google Doc, sheet, or slide, select Transfer Ownership, confirm the change, and Google Drive will send or apply the ownership change depending on the account type. Google says that for work or school accounts, you can only transfer ownership to someone in your organization, and the transfer does not require the new owner to accept. For some other Google accounts, the new owner may receive a transfer request and must accept it before the ownership change is completed. Now let's talk about folders, because this is where people often get confused. Google says that when you make someone else the owner of a folder, you still own the files inside that folder. So if your goal is to hand over everything, open the folder, select the files inside, share them with the same person, and transfer ownership of those files too. This is the part many people miss. The folder ownership changes, but the documents inside do not automatically follow. There is also an important restriction for work and school accounts. Google says you can only transfer ownership to someone in the same organization. That means you generally cannot transfer ownership from a school or company Google account directly to a personal Gmail account. In those cases, people often need a different method, like downloading the files or using Google Takeout instead of a normal ownership transfer. If you are working in a shared drive, the rule is different again. In shared drives, the organization owns the files rather than an individual user, so normal personal ownership transfer works differently there. So the steps are simple. Open Google Drive on desktop, share the document or folder with the new person, choose transfer ownership, and if it's a folder, remember to transfer the files inside separately if needed. That's how to transfer ownership of a folder or document in Google Drive. Hope the tutorial was helpful. Subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video.